Backwoodsman Institute. Today's a Sunday afternoon. It's about, what, 18 degrees out, pretty chilly out. Ice finally got thick enough for us to do a little bit of ice fishing on her, so we're at the Form Pond here. We're going to see if we can't catch us a mess of fish. I'm here with my nephew, Austin Kuntz, and a buddy of mine, Bret. So we'll go ahead and kind of show you a little bit here what we got as far as equipment and what it takes to put some holes in the ice. Okay, the first thing you need to do as far as going ice fishing is we got to drill a hole in the ice. For that, we got here a 6-inch auger. Now, we're here in Indiana, and if we was going to do on public water or public waterway, 8 inches is the maximum hole size. So you need to check with your state regulations on the diameter of the hole. But we got here a 6-inch auger, we're good. So the thing with these augers here is these got really sharp blades on it. So you always want to keep them protected and keep it sharp. Pan down. I'll go ahead and pan it down. All right, go ahead, Bret. Okay, got his one hole in the ice. He's got a scoop there. Now he's going to check. Explain to what you're doing there, Bret.
Okay, what I'm going to do is clean the ice shavings off around the hole, because your line will snag on these little ice shavings. Then I'm clearing out the hole itself of ice so that the line can go through, and if you're using a bobber type, your bobber can float up and down. After I get it all cleaned out, I'm going to check the thickness of the ice, make sure it's good and safe. From my thumb to there, we got almost 6 inches of ice. That's good and safe. The water is also underneath touching the ice, so there's not a void in between the ice and the water.
Okay, we got the hole drilled out and cleaned out, and then Bret's going to demonstrate how he's going to adjust the depth and what he's using, and what kind of pole he's got there.
We don't know where the fish are at, so we're going to start off about 6 inches from the bottom. So the only way to do that is put a weight on the end. So this weight right there is going to sink to the bottom, then we'll know where the bottom's at. So we're going to let the line down till it hits the bottom. Usually the fish are going to congregate in deeper water when it's really cold. So I've adjusted it down to where it's right touching. Now we know we're on the bottom. I want to reel it up about 6 inches off the bottom. And then we have a little peg we can mark the hole with it. So from there, I'm just going to pull it all the way up, the line out of the hole, take my depth gauge off, and what we have is just a little ice jig on here with a beam off tip in it. So we're going to set that.
Show that up there again. Let me see if I can't get a
pan it into it.
Yeah, about right where they at there. There you go.
Okay, what we've got, there you can see it. They come in all different colors. This is like a chartreuse with a little red dot on it and a little beam off tip in it. So we're going to set it down in the hole hand over hand. Now this pole that I'm using right here has, it's called a spring bobber on it. That's one type. And it's just a little tip up on it. I'll show you that. Okay, can you see the little orange spring?
Yeah, that's good there.
See, when the line touches, it just bounces up and down. It's got a little bit more sensitivity than a bobber, but some people really like a bobber.
So that's one kind there. Go ahead and show them again what your weight that you used there. Let's see if I can get a close up of the weight there. What is it?
Just a little alligator clip with a weight on the end of it that you can clip onto the jig itself. That way you can find the bottom. So we're starting off at 6 inches from the bottom. And if we don't have any luck from there, we can move it up and down a little bit. But that's about the only way you can tell your depth on how far down you are with your bait. Because that ice jig doesn't weigh very much.
Okay, that was one type of pole, and then Bret's going to hold up another type of pole here.
You don't necessarily have to have an ice rod set up to have a good time. This is just a little Zebco 202. This one here is going to have a cork on it with a toothpick set in the depth. So what you got to do is pull the toothpick out of the cork. The line slides through the cork. Wow, that was tight.
Froze on there?
Mm-hmm. And I still have that depth finder on the bottom. It's frozen on there.
Yeah, it's pretty chilly this morning. Everything's freezing together.
17 degrees, or 18 degrees. It's not going to happen.
Is it? It's moving.
Okay, we're down at the bottom. So what you want to do is set your cork in there. Mark it with your fingers. Slide her down about 6 inches to start with. Then use your toothpick to set it so that the line doesn't slide through. Of course, then you got to pull it up and take your depth finder off the bottom. Those ice jigs come in multiples of colors. Chartreuse, orange, pink, and it's like any other fishing. You just don't know what they're going to like.
We'll set that in there, and we'll go ahead and show you kind of what our setups over here, different things.